Welcome guys. How's everybody doing today? Sun's finally shining. Woo. Slowly getting there. Come and have a little wriggle on your mat as always. We have got a few minutes left before we start, so if you've been at a desk all morning, just have a few rolls with the shoulders. Can you guys hear me okay? I always forget to check that. Jessie's here. So yeah, give me a little thumbs up or an okay if you can hear me. Oh, something in my eye then. You can hear me, good. Thank you guys. Thanks SR, Nikki. Got my peppermint tea at the ready, it's one of those days. Jessie and Key, welcome. I think this is Key's first yoga class with me anyway, so if anybody else is new, this one's a really good one because it's really chilled. And yeah, it's not in any way dynamic or strength based. We're working to mobilise basically. Oh, hi Joe, welcome back. Came back for more. In fact, jokingly, Jessie Haig's on as well in Hong Kong. So funny, all these places that I've worked outside of the yoga industry and everyone's coming back in. Good old yoga. If you are playlisting today, guys, I've got a new one today, which is exciting. I thought I'd mix it up for you. So it's on my Spotify and it's our Tuesday Slow Flow Live playlist. But don't worry too much, it will be playing through my speakers, so you'll get it anyway. Just in case you want to ramp it up and pretend you're at Fly Studio. Go for the immersive. If you've got a hard floor or knobbly knees, like me, I've got both, you might want to have a cushion or a blanket for extra padding for your knees. We are on the knees more because it's slow flow, so if you want to drink, just set yourself up so you're comfortable in your surroundings. That's the important thing. I know it's quite hard for most of us. We're living and working and yogaing in the same space, but we want to try and make a bit of a sanctuary. Hi Lottie! Just so we can switch our mind to being on the mat with the breath. Even just for 45 minutes in the day can have quite a profound effect. So yeah, have a little wriggle around. You might want to take a down dog and stretch out the bones. While we wait for everybody to join. So as always, anybody working with injuries or if you're pregnant, this one is suitable. Like I said, we're not moving too quickly from pose to pose and you can rest whenever you need to. So as always with all yoga, whether it's slow flow or dynamic or yin, be aware of your body, be intuitive. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If it feels good, do it more. So if you've got any kind of little deviations away from what I'm suggesting in postures, you're welcome to take it and you can kind of have a little kind of shuffle into postures to create a bit of space. All right, guys, so I'm going to get cracking. So if you're following the playlist, just hit play now. The first song is by Sigur Rós. And anybody wanting playlists, if you look on my Instagram, Fifi Yoga Girl, I've saved where you can find my playlists for all of my practices. All right, so let me take my mic. Once I'm on the mat, if you can't see me, swipe down right on your screen. That should help. So we're going to start off lying on our backs today, guys. So again, if you need a little bit of extra padding, feel free to use your folded up blanket or cushion or pillow, whatever feels good. So see what works for your lower back in particular. You might want to have the soles of the feet down as wide as the mat with the knees dropping in. Maybe you want to work into the hips here with soles of the feet together. Oh, that right hip always clicks out. And then hands wise, maybe up and over the head, but only if that feels like it's comfortable to sustain it for a couple of minutes while we set the breath. So you're not kind of clinging or holding on anywhere. If that feels too much for your upper body, just rest the palms onto the belly. You might want to just have a little explore of what feels good today, and then when you're ready, close down the eyes. So So if you feel a little bit caught up underneath the shoulders, push the back of the head into the mat so that you can lift up the shoulder blades and then replace them down. So you're nice and spacious and open in your postures. And then let's start by dropping into the breath. So just simply watch your breath to start with. Feel that kind of response from the mat as you're breathing. So pelvis is heavy, rib cage heavy. Sorry, just shutting out the delivery man outside. So that feedback from the mat as you're just starting to ground down and let go, surrender down to the floor. A lot of the time we're in control all the time as adults, conscious adults. Just give yourself these first few moments just to be here with the breath. Find a heaviness around the forehead and the jaw, so just a really soft, gentle close of the eyes. And let's start practice with our 3 deep sighs, just to let go of whatever's been going on today so far. So deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, open the mouth, release. 2 more like that. Deep breath in. Watch that breath grow all the way up to the collarbones. And as you exhale, let it all go. Last round. Deep breath in. So that balloon's inflating, drawing up all the way towards the neck. And then exhale, open the mouth, release. And then just gently soften down the lips and start to balance out the breath. Find your equanimity. So just find an equal breath in and an equal breath out. And just notice almost instantaneously as you start to focus on your breath, the mind that's normally kind of zipping around, distracted by the external world, just starts to draw a bit further inwards into you, your breath, your mind, what's going on with you today. So last few breaths here, just finding that kind of sense of peace and calm inside. That's going to be our anchor as we work around the mat, using the breath to try and maintain that focus. Two more breaths here, deep belly breath in, and a slow deep breath out. Last round of breath, deep breath in and a slow deep breath out, and then just gently blink open the eyes. You might need to use the hands on the outer edges of the legs to draw the knees in, and then just gently hug the knees into the chest. Take them out towards the armpits a little bit if you can. Have a little rock side to side, and just take a little moment here to loosen the lower back. I'm just going to turn the music down slightly. Couple of breaths here, deep belly breaths in and slow deep breaths out. This is a really nice massage for the sacrum, the lower spine. And then when you're ready, interlace the hands underneath the right kneecap and bring the sole of the left foot down to the mat. Extend the right leg up to the ceiling and just take a little moment to work into that hamstring. You might have the knee bent here, or you can extend out. And then take a really slow point and flex through that right foot. So either hold the hamstring or the calf. Try and be relaxed with the upper body so you're not lifting and grabbing. If you want to hold that flex of the toes towards the face, really nice if you're running or cycling or just generally tighten your calf muscle. Last round of breath here, deep belly breath in. And then as you exhale, stack the right ankle over the left thigh for your figure of 4. So right hand onto the right thigh, just gently tease that right thigh away. And that may be enough for your outer right hip today. If you're going deeper, lift the left foot. Either interlace the hands under the hamstring or just underneath the kneecap. Again, the shoulders and the head are relaxed. If you're lifting up, you might want to gentle rock side to side. And if you fall out of this one, you won't be the first. Try and be aware of that right knee drawing away from you, just to give a little bit of extra space into the hip. Last round of breath here, deep breath in. And a slow deep breath out. And then release that left foot down if it's lifted. Bring the sole of the right foot down. Let's take that over to the left. So extending the left leg up. Again, you can interlace behind the hamstring or the calf. Try not to pull the back of the knee. Lots of kind kind of vulnerable tendons going on behind the knee joint. So a slow point and flex through that left foot. And again, if it feels good to hold that flex, as I said at the beginning, be intuitive, what feels good for your body. We all have very different bodies. And then let's take it into our figure of 4 over to the left. So stack the left ankle over the right thigh. And again, maybe you're just gently pushing that left thigh away. Maybe you're lifting the right foot, interlacing onto the right leg. And again, whichever variation you're in, you're actively even drawing the left knee away from you. Just feel that opening into the outer left hip, maybe the hip flexor too. Last round of breath here, deep inhale. And a deep exhale. And then just gently hug both knees into the chest, so release the left ankle. Take a little rock side to side. And either rock yourself all the way over to the side to push up to seated, or just cross over at the ankles, hold the hamstrings and rock yourself all the way up to seated. From here, swing the feet over to one side and come and find your tabletop position. Let me just turn this around, bear with. So rather than stacking the joints in our tabletop, we're going to find an elongated tabletop. So bring the hands a bit further forwards than they would be if they were under the shoulders, and then walk the knees a little bit further backwards. Tuck the toes under so we can open up the fascia in the soles of the feet, and then sit your hips back to the heels. So you might need to creep the hands back a little bit, but keep extended through the arms. Think about kind of sticking your bum out. 2 breaths here, deep belly breath in, and a slow deep breath out. Last round, deep breath in, and a slow deep breath out. As you inhale, come back to your tabletop, start to dome the upper spine, so chin to the chest, and then travel all the way forwards into your cobra. So start to draw the legs towards the floor, roll the shoulders back and project the chest, keep the toes tucked under. Inhale, gaze over to the left, and exhale, come back to centre. Inhale, gaze over to the right, just loosening into the neck, and exhale back to centre. Take it back through your domed spine, so start to protract the scapula as you're pushing the hands down, and come and sit the tailbone back down to the heels. With your next inhale, come back up into your elongated tabletop, tucking the toes if they're not already there, and this time lift the knees and send the hips up into your first downward dog. Give yourself plenty of space in between the hands and in between the feet, so just make sure you're not together with the hands or the feet. Let the head go, take a little shake out, maybe a lift of one leg and then the other. Again, find a bit of space for your body. 2 breaths here, head's nice and heavy. In our down dog, deep belly breath in, and a slow deep breath out. You can bend the knees if you need to. Last round, deep breath in, and a slow deep breath out. From here, walk the feet forwards and the hands backwards so that you meet yourself in the middle of your mat, and take your ragdoll. So hold on to opposite elbows or just let the arms dangle and take a really nice sway from side to side. Keeping that softening in the knees so that you're not pushing into the lower back. Nice little shake out through the head. Just let any residing tension kind of trickle away from the top of the head. And then when you're ready, come back through to centre. As you inhale, bring your hands to your shins, find a flat spine parallel to the floor, and as you exhale, soften the knees, glide the hands down the back of the legs and tuck in the chin. So 2 more with the breath. Inhale, halfway lift, so our weight is forwards, and exhale, fold, ribs to the thighs, chin to the chest. The last one, nice and slow. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale as you fold. Bring the arms to dangle in front, keep the chin tucked in and slowly curl up 1 vertebrae at a time. So as you're rolling up, the knees stay soft and you've got that C-shaped curve with the spine until you're all the way up to lifted. Once you're standing, float the arms up and overhead in the prayer. I know I'll chop my head off here. And as you exhale, thumbs down to the heart centre. Close down the eyes. Let's take our 3 deep breaths. Deep breath in. As you exhale, open the mouth, let the shoulders melt down the back. 2 more like this. Deep inhale. And a deep exhale, let it go. Last round. As you're inhaling, start to pull the belly button upwards. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. opening the eyes. Inhale, hands back up into prayer over the head. And as you exhale, hands through to prayer, soften at the knees, coming back into your forward fold. Hands draw to the back of the legs, chin to the chest. Inhale is your halfway lift, lengthen the spine, so we're still in the middle of the mat here. And exhale is your folding forwards. As you inhale, hands into prayer, scoop all the way back up to standing, look to the fingertips. And exhale, thumbs to heart center. One more like that. Take a deep breath in, sweep the arms up and over the head, look to the fingertips. Exhale, soft knees, thumbs through the midline, so forehead and heart come down into your forward fold. Inhale is your halfway lift, flat back, shoulders draw away from the ears. And exhale, soften and fold. Last time coming up. Inhale, hands into prayer, scoop in the belly as you're coming up to stand. And exhale, thumbs to the heart center. From here, keep the right foot planted, draw the left knee into the chest, bending the left knee, kind of think Mr. Miyagi style. Take a slow deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're coming into our warrior three, so slowly take that left leg behind you. You can keep your hands in prayer, or you can release them into your aeroplane arms. Drop the left hip down, keep the left ankle flexed, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, soften the right knee, fingertips down to the floor into your standing splits. So you can keep the fingertips down or you can plant the palms. We've got 2 breaths. As you inhale, find a lift through the chest. And as you exhale, see if you can soften the ribs to the thighs. Heavy head, last round. Inhale to lift. And exhale to fold. Bring the hands a bit further forwards, plant them down. Step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. And we're sweeping that right leg up into our 3-legged dog. So nice and straight and strong through that lifted leg, your right leg. Drop the right hip down, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, right knee taps the right arm, shoulders stack over the wrists. Inhale sweeps you back up, 3-legged dog. Again, with your breath, exhale, twist, come and tap the left arm. Last round, deep breath in, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right foot steps to the outside of the right hand and the left knee comes down to the mat. Just take a little moment here to shuffle the left knee back a little bit if you need to, untuck the toes. Make sure your front knee stacks directly over your ankle, and then when you're ready, coming into your low lunge. So just make sure you're not gripping on with the toes at the front. Give yourself a little bit of space between the toes. Take a deep breath in, grow a little bit taller. And as you exhale, cactus the arms into a 90-degree shape. I think you can see there. Take a deep breath in, lift tall, hands into prayer. And a deep breath out to cactus. Last one like that. Deep breath in as you lift hands. And a deep breath out as you cactus. This time as you inhale, palms and elbows touch in front of the face. And as you exhale, widen out, maybe taking it into a mini back bend here. 2 more, inhale to touch. And exhale, wide and open. Last round, inhale to touch. And exhale, wide and open. Coming into your half split, so fingertips to the floor, and then straightening out, extending that right leg. If this is quite a struggle, either pop something under your hands. If you do have yoga blocks, great. Otherwise, you can have your hands to your hips. Ooh, a little bit wobbly, but it means you've got a little bit of extra space for your hamstring. If your fingertips are down and you're thinking you've got some more room to give, you can bring the right heel a bit forwards, maybe tuck the back toes and send the left knee back. Don't go anywhere that you're shaking. Just a couple of breaths here. Keep the right foot flexed so the toes are looking up, and be aware of the right hip twisting forwards. Draw the right hip back. 2 breaths here. Deep belly breath in and a slow deep breath out. Last round. Deep breath in and a slow deep breath out. Plant the right foot back down. Draw the left knee in a little bit if you need to, and we're coming into our lizard pose to go deeper into that right hip. So both hands to the inside of the right foot. If your knee's starting to be sting, I'll get my words out, sting a little bit on the left side, just pop a cushion underneath. Otherwise, also the option to tuck the back toes and lift that back knee if it feels good for your right hip. Couple of breaths here. Also the option to come to forearms if you're taking it deeper. Try and keep that right knee tracking in towards the right shoulder. So the big toes nice and heavy. Again, any movements that feel good for your body, always welcome. Last round of breath here, deep belly breath in. And a slow deep breath out. Come back up to the hands if you're not already there. And then we're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat, back into our down dog. It might take a little bit of a shuffle to get there, which is fine. Come and meet us in downward dog. Have a little pedal out through the legs. Give the head a little shake out if you need to. And then when you're ready, come forwards into your high plank as you inhale. So ripple forward, shoulders over the wrists. As you exhale, knees down underneath the hips into your tabletop. Inhale, cow pose, so roll the shoulders, take an arch through the spine, look up. Exhale, chin to the chest, dome the spine as you push the hands down. And then coming back to your tabletop and taking it into your wide-legged child's pose. So from here, with the toes tucked, lift the knees and send them outwards. And then untuck the toes. And then sit your weight to your heels and just slowly start to snake yourself down. If for whatever reason this doesn't work for your body, bring the knees closer. Maybe pop a little cushion under the head or under the feet if you need to. We're going to take a few breaths here. So once you are set up, close down the eyes. Slow deep breaths in. And slow deep breaths out. Deep belly breath in. Always a good idea to sigh out the mouth if you're feeling a little bit stressed or anxious or a bit kind of pent up with tension. Just let it all go. 2 more breaths. Deep breath in. And a slow deep breath out. Last round here. Inhaling. Start to draw the breath outwards into the lower 2 ribs. And a slow deep breath out. And then when you're ready, lifting all the way back up. Before we come back into our down dog, let's take into our puppy pose. Really nice shoulder opener. So bring the knees closer so that they're underneath the hips. And then walk the hands forwards. Keep the hips nice and high so your lower end is in your tabletop. And your upper end, your head is drawing down to the floor. So just be aware, if this feels super tight for you, again, you can pop something underneath your head. And that'll just start to lift the floor up so you've got a bit of support. Equally, if your forehead is down and you're not feeling much of an opening in the shoulders, bring the chin rather than the forehead down. And think about drawing the chest and the armpits down towards the floor. That's going to give you space in between your shoulder blades. Nice and soft through the jawline. 2 more breaths. Deep belly breath in. And a slow deep breath out. Last round, deep breath in and a slow deep breath out, and then just gently walk the hands back, making it back into your downward dog. Again, hands nice and wide, at least shoulder width, maybe a bit wider if you can, if it feels good. Have a little pedal out through the legs, and then when you're ready, walk the feet in, walk the hands backwards. Again, you're meeting yourself in the middle of the mat, feet about hip distance here, so 3 or 4 inches. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, flat back. And exhale, fold forwards, draw the chin into the chest. Hold the back of the legs for a little bit of resistance here. As you inhale, hands into prayer, sweep all the way up to standing. Take the gaze up to the fingertips. And as you exhale, thumbs draw down to the heart centre. Let's take that over to the other side. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, soften the knees and fold forward. So just taking it through our half sun salutes. Really good way to articulate the spine. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, soften the knees, fold it forwards, chin in. Inhale, come all the way back up to stand, hands into prayer. Look to the fingertips. And exhale, thumbs to the heart centre. This time we're standing into the left foot and the right knee drawing into the chest. Keep the hands in prayer. Again, we're taking that Mr. Miyagi style, if that works for you. Oh no, it's not very yogi, sorry. Flex through the right ankle, keep that quad nice and active. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly take it through into your warrior 3. Keep the weight central, so try not to let that right knee draw out to the side. And again, you can keep hands in prayer, or you can release the fingertips behind. Find a soft gaze to look out in front of you. Last breath here. Inhale, lift the right heel a bit higher. Exhale, exhale, soften the left knee. Fingertips reach down to the floor for your standing splits. So just make sure the right hip is dropped down, and the further forward you've got your hands, the easier this is. So if you want to take it easier or more difficult, go forwards or backwards, again, what works for you. Inhale, find a bit of a lift through the chest, come up to the fingertips. And exhale, soften down. 2 more like that. Inhale to find lift. This might just be a millimetre for you, that's fine. And exhale as you soften. Last round, inhale to lift. And exhale to soften. And then walk the hands forward so that you've got your hand lock for your down dog. Step the right foot to the back of the mat and slowly lift the left leg into your 3-legged dog. Flex the left ankle, see if you can straighten the back of the knee a little bit more. Take a deep breath in here. And then use your exhale, left knee taps the left arm, shoulders stack over the wrists. Inhale sweeps you up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, twist through the body, tap the right arm. Last round, inhale to lift, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand and bring your right knee down. Again, you might be able to shuffle your right knee back a little bit, just so you've got a bit of extra space in that left hip. Knee stacks directly over ankle, so find your foundations, and then when you're ready, we're taking it into our low lunge on the left. So again, reaching up nice and tall, find some space. And then let's come back to the breath. Take a slow, deep breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms, open into the chest, so the palms are really active here. 2 more with the breath. Inhale to lift. And exhale, cactus and open. Last round. Inhale to lift. And exhale, cactus and open. This time as you inhale, palms and elbows touch in front of you. Keep pushing the arms away from you. And then as you exhale, open out. Again, option for a mini back bend through the upper back, the thoracic spine. 2 more. Inhale to tap. And exhale as you open. Last round. Inhale to tap. And exhale, opening out really nice and wide through the collarbones. Half splits on the left, so fingertips to the floor and lengthen out through that left leg. Again, you may be here with hands on hips, perfectly fine, no judgment. If you're wanting to go deeper, again, just shuffle, that was my knee cracking, shuffle your left foot forwards, and you might want to just take the right knee back a little bit. As with all of our kneeling postures, if you need padding underneath your knees, please take it. Try and be active with the toes of the left foot drawing up, rather than just kind of letting that leg be floppy. And then draw the left hip back behind you a little bit. Let's take 2 breaths into that left hamstring. Inhale, find a bit of a lift through the chest. And a deep breath out, maybe folding a little bit deeper. Last round, inhale to lift. And a slow deep breath out. Coming into our lizard pose on the left, so plant the left foot down. Bring both hands to the inside of the left foot this time. And again, you may be here. You may be tucking the back toes and lifting the knee for a little rock forwards and backwards. Wherever you are, again, you're gluing your left knee towards your left shoulder. So keep the big toe nice and heavy, and that'll increase the intensity of the stretch. Again, if you're wanting to bring forearms down, you're welcome to. You might feel that one side's a lot easier than the other, which is normal. So do what's right for your body rather than trying to mirror left to right. 2 more breaths here. Deep breath in. And a slow deep breath out. Last round, inhaling. And then exhale, come back up to the palms if you're not there. Again, we're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat. Might take a few steps. Come back into your down dog. I'm going to take you again through our alternative vinyasa with our cat and cow. If you practice dynamic and you want a classic vinyasa of your high to low plank and up dog, you're welcome to take it. We'll meet you back in down dog. So if you're coming with me, inhale, ripple forwards into your high plank. Exhale, bring the knees down under the hips into your tabletop. Inhale into your cow pose, roll the shoulders, arch the spine, back of the head drawing to the tailbone. And as you exhale, tuck the chin. Find that doming shape through the spine as you push the hands down into the mat. And then come back into your tabletop And let's take it straight back into our downward facing dog from here. 2 full breaths, deep belly breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, deep sigh out. Last one, inhaling and exhaling. Coming back into our wide-legged child's pose, so knees down to the outer edges of the mat. We're going to take this one into the shoulders as well. Again, make sure the tops of the feet are down, you're not tucking the toes. This time, thread the right arm underneath the left arm as if you were in a thread the needle. If you feel like your shoulder and ear are quite far off the mat, you can lift up the hips so that you're more in a tabletop variation or somewhere in between. And then come up to just the fingertips of the left hand and creep that hand towards the top right corner of the mat. Maybe closing down the eyes. If you're still in your child's pose variation, see if you can really root the hips down towards the heels. 2 more breaths on this side. Deep belly breath in. And a slow deep breath out. Last round. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then just gently come back through to centre. That's my elbow on the mat, by the way, if you heard that. And then when you're ready, taking that left arm, threading underneath the right. So again, if you find that your left shoulder is really lifted, you want to make sure there's not lots of pressure forcing down, but just so you've got that connection to open out through the left side. And then from here, your right hand is creeping towards the top left corner. So you're finding a little bit of a rotation through the mid and the upper spine. Spider the fingertips of the right hand. Again, give yourself a bit of space. 2 more full breaths here. Deep belly breath in. And a slow deep breath out. Last round. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then when you're ready, make your way back to centre. Walk the hands in so that you can lift up the hips and swing the feet to one side. And then come and sit yourself down to the mat. Again, if you can't see me very well and you want to hide the comments, just swipe down the right side. Give your legs a little bit of a rub here, especially behind the knees, maybe into the hamstrings, just to start to stimulate the blood flow. Again, if we're sitting for long periods of time, the legs can suffer. So keep the right leg straight. Bring the sole of the left foot to plant down on the inside, so your left knee is bent. Your right foot's super active here, the toes are looking up, and then cross over at the wrists and hold on to the sole of the left foot. See from here if you can sit a little bit taller. I know it's a little bit cramped, so don't worry too much, but just find a bit of space so you can breathe properly. And then start to lift that left heel off the mat. You can either stay here with a gentle bend into the knee, or you can extend that left leg out. Don't get so caught up with really pushing and forcing the body. If straight leg doesn't work for you, just stay with the knee bent, perfectly fine. When you're set up, the left arm reaches back into your twist. If you're limited for room, hello, you can bend at the elbow. Think about the broadening through the chest. So we're leaning into that left shoulder. Last round of breath here, deep breath in. And then as you exhale, left hand holds the inside of the left foot. Bring the sole of the left foot now to the inside of the right thigh, so you're in your seated tree, so that left knee is bent. Coming into our half wild thing, a little bit of a back bend here. So left hand behind you, fingertips of the right hand sweep past that left knee, and then push the hips up. So your right foot is planting down. As we're in a back bend, make sure the glutes are active, squeeze the bum, and let the right arm fall out. Last round of breath here, deep breath in. And then use your exhale to unravel the way you came in. Right hand sweeps past the left foot. So we're going to keep that right leg straight, and I'm going to go this way so you can see. Pick up your left foot and take it to the outer edge of your right hip. We're coming into our cow face pose. If you practice yin, this is the same as shoelace. Just give that left foot a little bit of a hand if you need to come backwards. So as you look down, you're aiming for your left knee to be stacked over your right knee. If you're out here, it doesn't matter. If that's your kind of natural point of resistance with the hip, that's where you're at, and that's fine. So either staying upright, or you can lean back, or if you want to take this one into a forward fold, just have a little creep of the hands either side of that right leg. Maybe you're holding on to your right foot, maybe chin is resting down on that left knee. Maybe close the eyes. We've got 3 breaths. Deep belly breath in. And a slow deep breath out, keeping the jaw nice and relaxed. 2 more, deep breath in. And a slow deep breath out. Last round, inhaling. And exhaling. And then if you did fold forwards, just gently bring yourself all the way back up to seated. Let's release that left leg, down to the mat. Let's take it over to the other side. So left leg is straight, sole of the right foot planting down. Again, set up so that your left foot is active, toes drawing up, and then crossing over at the hands, this time holding the underside of the right foot. Again, see if you can sit just a little bit taller as you start to hover the right foot off the mat. And again, your knee might be bent here. You may be straightening out or somewhere in between. Again, your body, your practice. When you feel that you can sustain that for a few breaths, release the right arm back into your twist. Again, you can bend at the right elbow if you don't have much room. The importance is you're drawing back into the right shoulder and lifting up through the mid-spine. Let's take one more full round of breath. Take a deep breath in and a slow deep breath out. And then as you inhale, bring that right arm all the way back around, hold the right foot, and then bring the sole of the right foot in so that it's touching the inside of the left thigh. Again, we're in our seated tree here. Taking it into our half wild thing, so right hand plants down behind you. Fingertips of the left hand sweep past that right knee, and then really push down into the sole of the left foot to lift up the hips. So think about the chest is drawing up towards the ceiling here. Again, squeeze in the bum, last round of breath, deep belly breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly come back down the way that you came in. And then we're going to take it into our cow face pose on the other side. So, I always forget how to do it this way. So again, lift up your right foot and start to draw it to your outer left hip. And again, don't get caught up or worried if your knee's quite far out to the side. This is an intense posture. You might want to just shuffle your calf muscle out of the way a little bit actually. So we'll be working towards right knee stacked over left. And again, if this is quite intense for your outer right hip, just lean back. If you are taking it deeper, you can creep the hands forwards. Maybe rest the chin on the knee, maybe holding on to the outer edges of the left foot. And again, we've got 3 full deep breaths, so if it feels good to close the eyes, do. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Just try and keep that focus and attention in on your flow, your tide of breath. Last full round here, deep breath in. And a slow deep breath out. And then just gently pad your hands back, come all the way back up to seated. Release the right foot. And again, you might want to just take a little rub out with the legs, maybe onto the feet. Give yourself a little bit of loving. From here, we're taking it into our wide-legged forward fold. These hips are getting a right old scene to today. So, doesn't matter where you are on your mat really, or the floor. We're going wide with the legs, so if you've got furniture in the way, just move yourself around so you've got space. Again, this is quite an intense one, so anyone that's wanting to lean back rather than come forwards or straight, you're welcome to. You might have hands down in front of you and just take a little sway. I'm a big fan of gentle movements when it comes to the hips. I think it can really start to unlock and release any sort of kind of pent up tension or anything going on there. So maybe the hands are down, maybe you're creeping the forearms towards the floor. Again, eyes open or closed, your choice. Just take really kind of slow wave-like movements, just explore a little bit of space. So depending on what's going on with your body, you might be feeling this in different places. Might just be the hamstrings or inner thighs. For me, it's definitely more glutes and lower back today, but that can differ just depending on whatever's been going on.
Andy told he'd like to talk.
Sorry guys. That's my boyfriend's phone. Nothing like a Skype call to interrupt your slow flow. Oh, this is where mindfulness comes in. Let's close the eyes. Welcome to my life, guys. Can't be perfect. 3 rounds of breath, deep belly breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, let it all go. 2 more, deep belly breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. Let the head be heavy here. Last round, deep breath in. Exhale, open the mouth, release. And then be really slow and gentle in walking the hands all the way back up, especially if you folded forwards. Woo-hoo. Take the hands underneath the legs and just give yourself a little bit of help to draw the knees in. And then let's just take a little moment to rebound here. So knees connected, hug the knees in towards the chest. You might want to drop the forehead down, quite a nice dome for the upper spine there. Just a couple of breaths to let the legs recover and take in that nice deep opening and stretch. 2 more breaths, deep belly breath in. And a slow deep breath out. Last round, inhaling. And exhaling, just gently blinking, open the eyes. Come and make your way back down to lying down. And we're going to again work with a little bit more articulation through the spine. So have the knees bent, soles of the feet down. We're coming into our moving bridges. I'm just going to shuffle forward. So if you can, have some space behind you. So just make sure your knees don't drop out to the side. So your big toes are heavy. You've got probably about 2 inches max between your knees. So nice and parallel with the joints. Palms alongside the hips. With your next inhale, start to lift the hands and imprint the lower back into the mat, and then slowly peel the spine off the mat into your bridge pose and take the arms up and over the head so that when your hips reach their peak, the back of the hands just gently reach the floor or hover, and then use your exhale to reverse that process. So hands lift and just slowly bring 1 vertebrae down at a time, and let your pelvis and your palms reach the mat at the same time. Come to a neutral pelvis here, so your hip bones and pubic bone are in the flat line. So take a few more rounds with your own breath. Inhale, really slowly, just lifting up. Think about your glutes activating here, so squeezing the bum, that's protecting your lower back, and your inner thighs drawing inwards. And then as you're exhaling, releasing down, it's your transverse abdominis, your corset muscle around the waist that's protecting your spine until you release back to neutral. So again, a couple more. If you want to have the eyes closed, really nice way to try and control that lift. So just imagine that your spine is like a bike chain and you want to move each vertebrae independently like they're links on that bike chain. Imagine someone's drawing the knees forwards. Big toes are heavy. Take 1 more round, again in your own breath. Really nice antidote to sitting at a desk, or if you carry heavy things, children, heavy shopping bags, anything like that. This is a really nice one just to release into the spine. And then when you're ready, let's take the arms out into either cactus shape or T shape. Prioritize both shoulders being heavy and the chest being open. And then walk the feet to the outer edges of the mat, keep the knees bent. You might want to walk them a bit further forwards here. And then just let both knees drop all the way over to the left side. So your right knee is drawing towards the sole of the left foot. So many lefts and rights in yoga. Your right hip is lifting off the mat. A couple of breaths here, deep belly breath in. And a slow deep breath out. Both shoulders are heavy, last round, deep breath in. And a slow deep breath out, let it go. As you inhale, bring the knees back to center. Keep the feet where they are, so they're planted down as wide as the mat, and just simply let the knees drop over to the right side. I've had 2 coffees this morning. I think it sent me over the edge. I'm a lightweight. Again, maybe close the eyes and just follow the breath. Feel that lovely stretch down the left side of the body. Last round of breath, deep breath in. And a slow deep breath out. And then just gently draw the knees all the way back to centre. Draw the knees into the chest now, giving yourself a nice little squeeze and a hug. If you feel like you want to take a happy baby to work a bit deeper into the hips, arms are on the inside of the legs. Hands are holding the outer edges. Try not to hold the inside. It means that you're doming the spine and concaving the chest. So hold the outer edges of the feet so you can plant the shoulder blades down. Maybe you're raising the soles of the feet up. Firm favourite. I feel like I'm home. No comment on that. So you can use the arms on the inside of the legs to draw them outwards a little bit if it feels good. Try and focus on your lower back drawing down to the mat. That will isolate this a little bit more to the hips. Maybe a little rock. Sorry about my inappropriate sense of humour. Comes with the territory of being a yoga teacher, I think. And then when you're ready, let's draw the knees all the way back into the chest. And again, we're going to come up to seated, so if it suits you better to rock to the side and push up, do. Otherwise, you're crossing at the ankles and just gently rocking yourself all the way up to sit. And then from here, we're just going to do a little bit of neck work before we finish off today. So come and find a comfortable cross-legged position. You might need to take the feet out. If cross-legged doesn't work for you, you can also bring soles of the feet together. So we want to just try and sit tall through the spine. And then take the hands behind you and interlace your hands into a fist so that the palms are nice and connected. And then rest your fist onto your right hip. So I hope I'm mirroring you here. I'm still working out the mirroring of Instagram. Draw that right shoulder and elbow behind you. You want to make sure it's not flopping out to the side. And then just let your right ear drop down to your right shoulder. Keep the palms pushing together. This is a really good way to broaden around the front of the humerus bones as well, which is top of the shoulders. If it's quite intense, you can look down. If you're wanting to go deeper, start to look up. And breathe. Last breath on this side, deep belly breath in. And a slow deep breath out. And then just gently come back through to centre. Keep the hands behind you and transfer your fist to your left outer hip. Again, your palms are touching, so really nice and closed off with that fist. Draw the left shoulder and elbow to direct behind you before dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. Again, eyes open or closed, your choice, your prerogative. Same thing here, if you're looking down, it's a little bit less intense. If you're shining the right side of the face upwards, it's giving you that extra deep stretch. So you should feel this all the way from your right ear, around the neck into the right shoulder. Let's take one more full round of breath. Take a slow deep breath in. And a slow deep breath out. And then just gently come back to centre, open the eyes. Inhale, take the arms out wide. Lift and reach the fingertips up and above the head. Take the gaze up. And as you exhale, thumbs draw down to heart centre in prayer. Let's take two more. Take a slow deep breath in to lift. And a deep breath out, thumbs down to the heart. Last round here. Inhale as you lift. Take the gaze up. And exhale, thumbs down to the heart centre. Closing down the eyes. Just take a moment to bring your attention to your breath, your body. Notice the feeling of the fingertips. Maybe you can feel your heart beating in your fingertips. That really gentle pulse of life. Just take a moment of gratitude that you're healthy, you're alive, you're able to come and practice yoga. So many people are unable to do so. And my thanks as always to you for dedicating some time to the mat, coming to join me in my lounge. When you're ready, thumb knuckles rest in between the eyebrows. We are united, we are the same, and we are all one. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much, guys. Apologies for Skype interruption. At least we're keeping it real. Genuine yoga. Always distractions from the outer world anyway, isn't there? Oh, thank you, everybody. So yeah, guys, if you're wanting playlists, just have a little look on my Instagram, and I've saved where my Spotify playlists are. I think my tea's a little bit stewed now. Oh, thank you, Kelsey. Thanks, guys. Oh, thanks, Lottie. Hope your hips are all feeling good now, guys. If you're newish to yoga, you may feel that tomorrow, but keep going. Slow flow is always good, just to keep that opening. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to get out for a little cycle, I think. Move my bones around outside. Oh, thank you guys. It's so good seeing you. Minty Carol, thanks. It's my favourite way to practice slow flow. I feel like it just sheds, gets rid. Thanks, Joe. Hey Joe, Bex Den joined my chill class on Sunday, which made me happy. I think we might be getting her into yoga. And Jessie, thank you, Jessie. Love you so much. One of my best mates in Hong Kong. We'll meet again at some point. All right, I'm going to leave you there, guys. As always, it's saved to IGTV, so feel free to re-slow flow if you want to. See you soon.